Hello, and welcome back to No One Is Coming. The answer is you, your self-development podcast. I'm your host, Ofri Fuchs, and today we are diving into the 4 levels of love as they're described by the amazing Tony Robbins. What are the 4 levels of love? Who are you and what are you in love? What is your type of love? And how can you improve your relationships knowing where you are and what's the next level up that you can climb to? If you're interested, curious to learn more, then stay with us. Here we go. Let's dive in. In a world where we often find ourselves waiting for someone to come and save us, it's time to embrace one powerful truth. I hate to tell you this, but no one is coming. The answer is you. Welcome to the podcast that empowers you to take charge of your life and unleash your true potential. I'm your host, Ofri Fuchs, and I'm thrilled to embark on this transformative journey with you. So, if you're ready to embark on a journey full of self-discovery, growth, and actually take responsibility for your life, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you're here. Now let's rock and roll. So hello, and welcome back to No One Is Coming. The answer is you, your personal development podcast. I'm your host, Ofri Fuchs. I'm a transformational life coach and a keynote speaker. And actually today's episode is quite exciting to me because it came about from a conversation I had with a client of mine who's kind of going through questions, I would say, seeking answers in her new relationship. And it reminded me of, I used to study with Tony Robbins. I went to UPW, and I remember one of the things that I took from him, I took many things from him, I love him dearly, is the 4 levels of love. And to me, listening and hearing those 4 levels of love really hit home, and I really saw myself in that self-development progress, that ladder, climbing the ladder of love. And I wanted to share that with you. So thank you. I'm not going to say her name, but thanks to my client who gave me the inspiration to share with you guys the 4 levels of love as they're described by Tony Robbins. So we're talking about love because love is, first of all, it's the core of who we are. It's our being. It's the way we come into the world. In the spiritual realm, people that are spiritual, they know and they understand that love is who we are under everything. But somehow along the line, somehow in our life, we kind of start seeing love in different relationships, and we start seeing ourselves as the key focus of love. We don't see ourselves as love. We start seeing love as something that is external to us. So how does that happen? How does that evolve? And hear this episode and think of you. Where are you in this ladder of love? Where are you in this scale? So you can see your experiences with your parents, with your significant other, with your friends, coworkers, colleagues, and children, and see how you experience love in different aspects of your life. So if you happen to not live on this earth in the last, 20, 30 years, and you don't know who Tony Robbins is. So Tony Robbins is a world-renowned motivational speaker. He's a life coach. He works with business people, presidents, athletes, and he's been all over. He's quite remarkable and wrote tons of books. And he identifies 4 distinct levels of love. And they range from the very basic to the very open, spiritual, expansive. So let's explore what they are, and don't get offended if you hear the name, the titles of the types of love, and you think, oh my God, I'm this, and I don't want to be identified. Don't be identified with anything. Just see yourself for where you are. So the first level, and this is a lot of us, so don't get offended if this is you, is baby love. And what do we mean when he talks about, what does he mean when he talks about baby love? Baby love is the very basic, the very fundamental, the core. Because how does a baby work? The baby we think baby is unconditional love. It's not. It's very conditional love. It's you give me what I need, emphasis on need, and then I'll be happy. If you don't give me what I need, I will be very unhappy, and you'll hear about it, right? So because babies rely on us, they rely on us for affection and care and support and emotional nutrition. This love is extremely conditional. This love is extremely transactional. I'll be happy when you give me what I need. So even though it's natural, and we're happy giving this to babies because they're so cute, but this is the starting point of our existence. Isn't that crazy? We're learning love based on the very first primal relationship that we have with our parents, which is conditional. You give me what I need and I'll be happy. And we have to pull away from that because life is not, this doesn't work that way. So just understand that the way we start out in life, that's kind of the foundation to our existence. And we have to wake up to that reality and understand that we have to grow beyond our starting point. And if you're still there in that you give me what I need, otherwise I'll cry and I'll be angry and I'll be disappointed, and this is the time to grow up. This is the time to wake up. So if you're seeking approval, if you're feeling that you're constantly insecure, if somebody doesn't constantly give you external validation, there's something to look into. You might be operating at the baby love level. And again, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just a matter of waking up and seeing where we are. So I'm giving you a quote from Nathaniel Branden. And the quote is this. Listen to this carefully and understand this, because this can go with any level of love. This is just about anything and everything. The first step towards change is awareness. The first step towards change is awareness. I actually wrote a post about this today, randomly. So recognizing that we're in baby love is just being aware. There's no point in judging it. There's no point in being like, oh my God, I'm so egocentric or selfish. It's just a matter of evolving. It's the awareness is the first step to evolving into the next step of love. And what is the next step of love? The next step of love, Tony Robbins called horse trading. I don't know. I'll think about some other way to describe it, because I don't know about horse trading, and it's kind of like an old metaphor. But horse trading is you give me this, I'll give you that, right? It's very conditional still. It's not about being angry, but it's being in a constant state of judgment. It's being like, are we balanced? Is there a give and take that's even? I'll do this for you if you do this for me. There's always that in the back of your mind. You're always like, you're in a distance, you're saying, And this is in a lot of relationships. This is very, very common in our day and age. Love is exchanged based on I'll fulfill your needs and you fulfill mine. I can share that when I had my second child, I remember I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but this is the way it was for me. But a friend of mine told me having a second child is not like twice as hard. It's 4 times as hard than having the first one. So, and it was all about this is what I did today. What did you do today with my partner? It was all balancing the checkbook. And my sister-in-law says that's what happened. You start balancing the checkbook of, did you do for me what I did for you? I took care of the kids 4 hours today, and you took care of them only 2 hours today. It's exhausting. It ruins any relationship. So even though there's more balance than the baby love, it seems like it's a more mature kind of love, it still can lead to tons of issues when you're constantly looking at your partner and judging it. Are they giving you what they need? And if you're feeling that you're giving more than you're receiving, then you're always going to feel a sense of lack. So the goal is to move beyond this level, beyond this transactional mindset of horse trading. I'll give you this horse towards my horse, and to a more unconditional way of loving. Now, the quote for this part, for the horse trading love, and again, I'm sure there's a better, let's just call it trading love, stock trading. So the quote for this part is from Dr. Gary Chapman. And if you haven't read the 5 love languages, go get the book, get it on Audible, listen to it. It's a brilliant book about the way we communicate love. It's about how we grow up, what we know as love, and how we receive and give love. But Dr. Gary Chapman talks about love is a choice that we make every single day. So again, it's the next step of awareness. It's not only awareness to where am I in baby love, it's also the choice to consciously choose love without expecting anything. It's not easy, again, because we're brought up in the way of unconditional love, give me, give me, give me. But we have to move past that and say, can I give love without expecting anything in return? And when it comes to children, we can do that. We give love. Do we not expect? I don't know. I don't even know that if that to be true, because we accept them. We expect them to be happy. We expect them to smile, or we just expect their reaction of joy. And if we give love, and even our children are not joyful, then we start reacting in a way that, oh, you're not grateful for everything I'm giving you, everything I'm doing for you, right? You need to be more appreciative. So take a note of that. The next step of love, the next step up the ladder, is what Tony calls real love. And this is where we would like to show up. This is how we would like to show up in life. At this stage, love is more unconditional. Love is less selfish, it's more selfless. So you enjoy the giving of love. You beginning to give love to others for who they are. It's not about what they do for you. It's about who they're being in the world. It's about loving them for just being them. So it's a deeper sense of connection. It's a deeper sense of appreciation. It's understanding that your path has nothing to do with their path, even though you guys might be partners or husband and wife or kids and children and parents. It's just understanding that love is more about giving than receiving. So this real love, this type 3 love, this third level love, this is where the true relationships are built. This is where the lasting relationships are created, because the foundation is empathy, it's compassion, and it's a genuine desire to see someone else happy for who they are and what they're doing. It might not be the same mindset or even value system that you have, but you can love them for who they're being in the world. It might be a sacrifice for you because they're doing something that you disagree with, but you still love them for who they're being and what they're doing in the world. So this part, I can describe a quote from Paulo Coelho. If you know him, Paulo Coelho, a brilliant writer. Again, go read his books. He's like a poet, I say, even though he writes literature and fiction. One of his quotes is, "One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving." Isn't that beautiful? I'll say it again. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. So you don't have to justify love. You don't have to say, I love him because he's this, that, or the other. You don't have to say, I love her because she did this, that, or the other. It's just no conditions, no expectations, just loving you for who you are. Loving you, be you. This was a quote from Steve Hardison. And the last step, the last level is unconditional love. So unconditional love is something that I think the greats will aspire to be. Again, be unconditional love, not do. You don't do love, you just be love. But it's a universal love. This can go with Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. This love extends beyond any relationship. Some people will say you can love your enemies, because this is the type of level of love that saints, spiritual leaders, people that are deeply enlightened can be. So you just love. You are love. You're not expecting anything in return, and you can actually love people that hurt you. I know it sounds weird, but you see their essence. You don't see their mindset. You don't see how they're taught or trained. You don't even see where their heart is. You see beyond. You see their core. You really are being the interconnectedness of everything. You understand that we are all one, and this is all love, and this is all pure. Like, there's no difference between you and I. So it really is the most profound, the most transformational, the most transformative form of love that you can have, be, do, and have that enlighten you. So you embrace humanity as a whole. And this is why these people are so compassionate. These people just offer love to whoever. They really see, they're really moved by other people for who they are and what they're being and doing in the world, regardless of where they're coming from. So Mother Teresa, if I quote from her to this level of love, she says, if you judge people, you have no time to love them. If you judge people, you have no time to love them. Now, where do you want to be? Where is your mindset? Where do you want your heart to be? Do you want to be in a space of judging or loving? So this is the choice that we have to wake up in the morning to who we're being in the world. Are we being judgment, or are we being love? And if you choose to be love, then you're about giving, you're about understanding, regardless of like the circumstances or the outside feedback that you're getting. You don't expect anything in return to who you're being. And we go back and forth. It's not like I'm always going to be baby love, or I'm always going to be unconditional love. Like, we go up and down this ladder, and we can move through these stages, but we have to, if we go back to the first quote, then we have to be aware of where are we? Where am I today? Maybe today I'm baby love. Maybe today I'm all about just give me. I don't want to give anything back. I don't have anything to give. I just expect the world to give me feedback, appreciation, and love. Fine. That's where I'm at today. No judgment, just understanding, aware of where I am. But we want to push up. We want to expand our capacity to love and be love. We want to expand ourselves to the more selfless being. It's just a lighter experience of life. How can we do that? What are some practical tools to experience that kind of love? So we talked about self-awareness, just looking inwards and saying, where am I? Where am I today? Just regularly check in with yourself, understand where you're at, where you're coming from. It's just the first step to moving up the ladder. Gratitude. Gratitude offers you expansiveness. Appreciate people for the good stuff they have, for the good stuff that they're doing in the world. And if you have someone that's just pure evil, you can't see anything about them, just move on to someone else. And I'm sure you can start, and then go back, and I'm sure that you can find something good in every single person. You really, really can. Practice that. Practice empathy. What is empathy? It's just putting yourself in someone else's shoes, understanding where they're coming from, what they're going through, what is their perspective. Nobody comes from pure evil. They all have something that's justifying their actions, their reactions, their behaviors. The next thing is let go of expectations. If we're expecting, we're bound to be disappointed. So people are not going to meet our expectations. Just be truthful with your core values and love people for who they are, not for what they're doing back to you. Okay? And lastly, I'm going back to my favorite, mindfulness and meditation, because this calms the mind and it can help you connect to your deeper sense, to your deeper core, to your deepest love and ability to love others. And once you have that in you, that pours out of you, and you can extend that to others. So I want you to remember this journey of becoming love. Once you have that down, then that sends a signal to all areas of life. That sends a signal to your relationships, of course, to the way you feel with your body, to the way you treat other people, and even for your finances and success in business. Who wants to work with someone who's selfish? Nobody. Who wants to work with someone who's all pure love? Everybody. So think about that. It's just about becoming a greater person, being more fulfilled, and it goes back to you. You can really go into that deep self-love once you expand that ability to love. So if you remember that no one is coming, that the answer is you. You're the one that can shift your relationships just by becoming aware of them and rising up to the point of real love. You can change your life, and you can change the life of everyone around you. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful, loving episode of No One Is Coming, The Answer Is You. I wish you all the love in the world, and I want you to go live your life fully, lovingly. Be blessed. Be you. You're beautiful. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.